topical gel that men rub on their shoulders once a day, and it's shown to have minimal side effects in comparison to birth control for women.
Well, well, well.
I bet you they still wouldn't.
If it isn't the grand old equalizer.
Do you remember Julian?
Of course I remember Julian. He was a short man.
He wasn't short. He wasn't short.
Coming home at 4 o'clock in the morning and shoving a bit of haggis up there.
No.
Come to mama. This episode of Miss Me contains some strong language, some adult themes, and discussions around abortions.
And strong sexual references, don't forget about them.
Oh yeah, there's strong sexual references too. Those. Welcome to Listen Bitch with me, Lily Allen and Miquita Oliver. This week we are talking about contraception. Contraception.
All the different kinds. So many different kinds, aren't there? It's like a sweet shop.
Isn't it just? Condoms, not the most reliable.
Which one?
The pill, condoms.
I'll tell you one that's less reliable than that I was shocked to my very core, because about 70% of my friends told me that that's their contraception. It will come up later.
Pulling out.
That's right, pull out and pray.
Well, obviously that's not reliable. Let's
begin with our education special. Contraception, rubbers at the ready.
Yeah, you rehearsed that.
I actually just came up with it, fuckface. We have to grow up and
I've got Charli XCX on my shoulder going, stop being mean to us.
Stop being mean to Miquita, exactly. Thank you, Charli XCX.
Is that a chip on your shoulder? No, it's Charli XCX.
No, she's like your new spirit guide.
No, that's my little brat.
What's it called? Come on, let's play the game. Let's teach some people some things about contraception.
Yeah, let's have a question, please.
Hi Lily, hi Miquita, it's Lauren from Battersea. I'm trying to work out if this is going to come out as a question or not. It's basically, how old were you when you first went on to what I would describe as like a female-led contraception, so not condoms, but whether you be on the mini pill, IUD, that sort of stuff? Because looking back, I think I went on to the mini pill when I was about 14, 15, and somehow we women to navigate our hormones, our emotions, being a woman anyway, and also being on contraception at such a young age. And yet we're always described as being the mad ones, or women are always mental, and it's like we've been pumping ourselves full of hormones the majority of our lives. Just intrigued on when you guys first went on to something more long term. Anyway, love the show. Love you both. Bye.
Well, it's always on us, I feel, isn't it? Even if it is condoms, which I suppose are male-led contraception. It's always our problem. Let's be fucking honest. Absolutely always you deal with this. I love when you've just slept with a man and then they go, are you on anything? It's like, well... Let's hope so, yeah?
Let's hope so. I can't remember. I just remember I have an IUD now. I think I'm on my 3rd, maybe 4th. And I just remember before that was a complete disaster area. Like I was just, I'd get pregnant all the time. All the time.
Were you fertile like me in those days?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I said today to someone, I was like, I actually don't know if Lily's had an abortion. I didn't know. Okay, God. See, why didn't we talk about that?
Abortions. I've had a few. Right. But then again, I can't remember exactly how many.
What, really?
Yeah.
Why didn't this come up in last week's episode where we were just talking about abortions?
Because I was just letting you run with it.
Reveal everything.
I can't remember, yeah. I think maybe I want to say 4 or 5.
Yeah, I've had about 5 too. Lily, I'm so happy I can say that and you can say it and no one came to shoot us down.
No judgment.
No judgment. We've had about the same amount of abortions. So
I remember once getting pregnant and the man paying for my abortion and me thinking it was so romantic.
I actually think that is romantic. Do you not think that's romantic? Whoops. Am I an idiot?
What? Getting rid of the problem.
No, but
let me take care of this. Really?
Okay. If you're both let's not do this. I don't want it. No, neither do I. oh shit, I don't have any money. Okay, well, I can sort that out.
No, I don't think it's generous or romantic. Think about how long that investment, like how much is it, like 500 quid?
Yeah.
Kids are a lot more expensive.
They're like, yeah, I'll pay that.
They're like, yeah, I've got you, babe. Don't worry about it. I really care about you. I really care about you.
Within the swimming around all
Tell you
these.
how romantic it was. I don't think he texted me after.
Shove the cash in your mouth, told you to fuck off and never call him again.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? Who is this?
I mean, fair, TBH. I was a fucking crazy bitch, still am.
Right, got it. Yeah, when did I first get, I mean, I was very excited. I felt like I was like a woman, and we went down to, St. Charles Square Sexual Health Clinic, just off Ladbroke Grove, and you bump into everyone from school like, hi, it's my time as well. I think as a young woman starting your contraceptive journey, I was quite excited. It meant that I was like having sex. Who was it with? Do you know what? It was probably with,
Jasper?
No, I think it was with Julian, who unbelievably has not come up.
Where is that guy?
Around with me.
What is he doing with his life?
Do you remember Julian?
Of course I remember Julian. He was a short man.
I really like. He was a what?
Short man.
He wasn't short. He wasn't short. He was half Swedish, Julian. Julian was fit. He
was okay.
Anyway, yeah, I think it was Julian. Then I was like 17. Yeah, and I was very excited. I was like, I'm in love and I'm getting microgynon to prove it. But there are so many more contraceptions out there. So let's get another question.
About having sex unprotected and then being like, I need the morning after pill, and then you're just being like, I'll just do it tomorrow. It'll be fine.
We'll talk about the morning after pill. Let's have another question, because we've literally had one.
How does it know whether it's actually the morning after?
What the... It doesn't.
But how does it know? If I don't really know.
Yeah, but it's 3 days. It's not really morning after.
Oh, well then why is it lying?
Because they want people to hurry the fuck up and do as quickly as possible. Not like, okay, I'll do it at the end of the tenure. It's set up to Friday, it works. Let's have another question.
Hi, Miquita. Hi, Lily. This is Gemma. I am 31. I live in Hackney. And contraception's a big one because I feel like I've tried every single thing out there, and over the last 5 years I discovered the magic of a Nuva ring. It's changed my life and I don't feel lots of people know about it. So I guess my question to you is, do you feel like you know about all contraception out there as a woman, or do you think there's lots of stuff that is still hidden away from us? Love you guys. Listen to you every single week with my bestie Lydia. We came to see you at Hackney and had the best time. See you soon.
Thanks, Gemma and Lydia. Fucking Gemma, Hackney, see you around. This is the question, isn't it? This is the question. Are there loads that we don't know about? And are there new ones that me and Lily don't know about because we're older?
Is that the one that you chuck in and it's like an innie condom? Does that even exist?
Is it like long term? Like, is it something that's implanted in you and then see, there's stuff out there that's like modern.
Oh, there is a pill that you put in your arm. What do they call that? It's the implant.
That's the implant. I got the implant because I can't remember who, Ruby maybe, got it and lost like 2 stone when we were like 19. And I was like, oh my God. But I put on weight and I was livid.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I was like, so now I'm like kind of crazy. It made me kind of crazy and kind of fat.
Yeah, the diaphragm is the one I was talking about. That's like the innie condom that you put in.
Diaphragm, I don't remember ever being offered or anything or talked about, but it was just always in American films and TVs. They'd always be like, my diaphragm's stuck. And I was like, what is that?
No, I definitely remember the diaphragm in sex education and me just being like, what? That's not going to fly.
So you had sex education. You didn't miss that day.
It wasn't one day.
Oh, I missed it all. So I don't know.
But that's because you left school and you were like 13. But okay.
Fuck off, so did you. We're bonded in that. But there must have been a whole few months where the sex education people came in and I wasn't at school. So tell me about what that looked like.
I just remember like being told to put a condom on a banana. And I was just like, why aren't you telling the boys how to do this? They're the ones that have dicks.
Stop. They didn't ask the boys to do it?
I don't think so.
Wow. Unbelievable. So that sets the precedent, really, for it to be on us at all times. Oh, yes. So Billy J.D. Porter, who we were talking about the other day on Miss Me, she messaged me saying, oh, I hear you're doing contraception. And she's just done
Not to say, can you stop getting my name mixed up with...
No, thank God.
Okay.
But she said, where is it? She said that there is... she's like, wanted to reach out. I've just finished a documentary about male birth control, why it doesn't exist. Plot twist, it does exist. So the method likely to reach FDA clearance soonest is a topical gel that men rub on their shoulders once a day, and it's shown to have minimal side effects in comparison to birth control for women, and appears to have a higher efficiency rate than the pill.
Well.
I bet you they still wouldn't.
If it isn't the grand old equalizer.
But I bet you they still wouldn't. Of course, well,
it clearly, it exists and we didn't know about it, and they're not, so...
I think it's still being tested. I'm not sure it's on the market yet. But imagine a guy like, did you put that gel on, babe? Yeah, sure. No. I can't bother to do that.
Yeah, no, I put my gel on this morning. Did you, though? Did you? The thing is, I wouldn't trust them.
With any kind of male-led contraceptive route.
Yeah, I mean, if it was, down to them, men are trash.
I wonder why it's never come up that the man should be in charge of this.
Excuse the pun.
And put it on them. Yeah, okay, men are trash. Let's have another question.
Hi Lily and Miquita, I'm Charlotte. I live in Newcastle, but I'm originally from Wakefield, which is near Leeds. I'm a huge Lily Allen fan, and of this podcast, it gets me through all sorts of activities during the day, but especially so through a run, as I've started training for a half marathon. Anyway, contraception. I absolutely hate all forms of contraception. I find none of them work for me, and I suffer from all sorts of side effects, especially mentally. My question is, are you the same as me, or are you the type of people who one form just works for you and you've just done that all your life? Personally, I think we should just have a male contraception already, as women already have to suffer through enough. But yeah, anyway, thank you, bye.
Oh, she agrees with us. That's good.
I think I've been so disassociated from my body, when I've been on, I probably was the pill that sent me completely batshit crazy, but it just never occurred to me that that's what it was. You know? I think I've mentioned it before, every month I get cramps and I'm like, oh, God, my tummy really hurts. It's yeah, it's a period.
I was actually quite good this month. I was fucking nuts and I was like, I'm premenstrual. And I didn't even go down a big, I was like, I'm premenstrual.
The rabbit hole.
It's fine. I'm just dangerous for 2 days. Stay the fuck away from me.
Literally. The
coil has been wonderful for me over the years. That really changed my life. Stopped getting abortions. Just really gave me a calm, linear 7 or 8 years. I had the coil and it was great. But I know Tyson, my cousin, had the coil and it really didn't go well. And I think if your body doesn't respond well to the coil, it can be fucking painful and really, really difficult. So you get lucky if it works.
It's really just anything medical, really. It's just it's never one size fits all, is it? It's antidepressants, one can work for someone, just can send somebody else completely crazy.
I wonder what I'll try next.
Contraception-wise, or antidepressants? Because I can give you quite a lot of pointers on both.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like I want to get it really.
I thought we wanted to have a baby. Probably let's not.
Sorry.
She says on her way to the egg freezing clinic. Huh? Okay, sure.
Yeah, so it's a contradicting time.
No, Miquita, walking contradiction, never. Shall we have a break? Condom split. Remember, you can listen back to every episode that we've ever recorded on BBC Sounds.
Last week we talked about short men, George Floyd, COVID, and egg freezing. We managed to talk about all those things and we still had a good time.
And a bit of Glastonbury.
Hello, Miss Me viewers. I'm Roman Kemp.
And I'm Tom Grennan, and we're dropping in to introduce you to You About.
Each week we have very unfiltered conversations about the sort of stuff we usually say for our group chat.
Join us for our weekly conversation, otherwise known as a podcast. Catch it on BBC Sounds.
Welcome back back. I don't actually have another one.
Oh, I couldn't find one. Bend over. Should we do anal? Just be safe.
I don't know whether we can do that as a welcome back. Welcome back to Miss Me. I hope that works for a welcome back. I hope that really got everyone back in the mood. Can we have another question, please, for today's Listen Bitch?
Hello, Bert. This is Mads talking to you from my sunny, tiny little garden in Leighton. Contraception. I'm now in my 30s with a long-term partner and obviously have a bit more of a structure to our contraceptive needs. But throughout my fun 20s, I did some interesting things for contraception. One of them being using mugwort as contraception, which you shouldn't do. It has multiple uses, stimulates the uterus. You can also have some really fun psychic dreams if you drink mugwort tea. But I would sometimes use it if I thought that I had been a bit risky for whatever reason, you can guess. And I would drink a lot of it, like after I was a bit concerned about any late periods, and hope that it would work. And yes, sometimes it did work. Who knows if it was the tea? And sometimes it didn't. And there you go. So have you got any weird ways of preventing pregnancy that you would not recommend really anymore?
Praying.
Hoping for the best. I'm gonna help you out with something that the ancient Egyptians used, which I think sounds pretty amazing and kind of sexy. The ancient Egyptians for contraception often used honey.
How?
So you just take a bit of honey, put it in your vagina, and then it would, what's the right word? Sort of create a film within. I don't know.
Wait a second. Is this before sex or after?
Before sex.
Okay, right. So basically like a sort of liquid condom we're talking.
Yeah, but like within you and not placed on the penis.
Okay. How did that go for the Egyptians? I don't feel like that works.
I don't know. There's quite a lot of them. So who knows? But also, that's a nice, sweet smelling one. Other things we found out, people would use offal and like sheep's gut. If
you put a bit of sheep's gut up your vagina, no man is coming near you, so it doesn't.
No, that one's different. That is like.
Did you just put some venison up your?
Yeah, now go down on me. Let's go. No, it's that is actually the film case, like a condom for a penis. In medieval times, they would use like the casing of sheep's gut, which I think is genius, actually. But then we're the ones that have to. Yeah.
I'm just like picturing you.
This is medieval times.
Coming home at 4:00 in the morning and shoving a bit of haggis up there.
Okay, we don't have to make this like pertain to my Scottish ancestry. Miquita only uses haggis. Because I was Scottish, yeah, of course.
A bit of what do you call it? Is it blood pudding? Does that work?
But also with pull out and pray, medieval people did use the pull out method, but they called it coitus interruptus, which is, I guess, the same as pull out and pray.
Coitus interruptus.
Coitus interruptus. Yes, I just named the episode.
Coitus interruptus. Classic one that obviously doesn't work, but is in sort of like every harrowing film that ever existed. Gin and a hot bath.
Yeah. Isn't that a bit of mother's ruin? And then what was the vibe to just kill out the sperm?
I think you drink a whole bottle of gin and get in a really like excruciatingly hot bath. But I think that's just like
old wives' tale.
The patriarchy's like just inventing something to make someone feel awful about themselves, like
neck a bottle of gin,
massive gin hangover, and also like second degree burns. You dirty bitch. Serves you all right.
Serves all right. Okay.
Oh, it didn't work. Damn.
But don't you think that's quite interesting that like, well, not even interesting, like it's obvious, like sex is a very old act. And that people had to think about this.
It's been going on forever.
Let's have another question for this week's Listen Bitch. Contraception is the theme of the day.
Hey Lily and Miquita, my name's Alice, I'm from Buckinghamshire, I work in West London. I heard that you were doing the research thing this week on contraception, and I just had to get in touch because I'm really interested to have a deep dive into this topic. I think as women, we are really not educated as well as we should be on what the different options are, on the different consequences that can have on your body, good and bad. Lily, I know that you've mentioned before being on the coil. I have the Mirena coil, and I only got it when I was in my late 20s, having suffered horrible periods for most of my life and just never questioning it. It's made my life so much easier, made my periods so much more manageable, and I'm really disappointed that nobody told me about it sooner. So I'm really interested to hear who you think should be educating our young generation, particularly girls, on this topic. Should it be the parents? Should it be the school? Where are we failing, do you think? Looking forward to hearing what you think about that. Thanks.
Well, that's why we're here. For all the failings in other infrastructures, we've decided to come in and educate the country about contraception, because I do agree. I don't think people talk about it enough. Or it's still a bit hush-hush.
A little bit taboo.
But you said it was great in school. They took you through everything. And
Yeah, I just remember being like in a science lab and the bananas coming out. I don't know that like asking any one particular or group to bear the responsibility is correct. I feel like it's our responsibility as humans to normalize the conversation, full stop. So it's everyone's responsibility. Yeah, I agree. In America, sex education does vary. Some schools have an abstinence-only approach. Oh, for God. And they don't mention any promise rings.
Yes, quite. And they don't mention any contraception or birth control that's available. Wow, that's just terrible. And in true US of A fashion, it is actually determined by the state, not the school, if they are going to educate the children about contraception, the young people of their country. But in the UK, sex education is mandatory. I'm just sad I missed it. Please let us know if it's any good. Hope it is. Doesn't feel like it is. It doesn't feel like it's any good, but who knows? Can we have another question, please?
Hello, ladies. Emma from sunny West Sussex. Just been to the beach. It was lovely. Contraception. How do you feel about contraception now that you are in your 40s? I've stopped it completely, and most definitely perimenopausal, and the doctors have offered me the Mirena coil. Like, why is the GP's go-to for women and girls' problems just to give them contraception? Oh dear, you're in your early teens and you've got heavy period. I know, we'll stick you on the contraceptive pill. That'll help. Like, why? Just do some scientific research on the women's bodies, please, because you can't just keep sticking us on hormonal contraception. It's not okay. It's not cool. It's not the answer. It fucks with my mind and body. No, do better. Okay, bye.
I did find it quite weird when my friends had excruciatingly heavy, painful periods when they were young. That was the first thing they were given, contraception, when they weren't sexually active. I used to always think that was strange. But now I know some people that go on the pill because they still, like, even in their 30s and they're not, like, having sex, but they have excruciating periods. There must be another way to help with an excruciating period, but it is all we are offered, isn't it?
I feel like I've had a coil since I was like 23, 24. That's a long time. And I've been through some like psychological ups and downs. I wonder if I had my coil removed, if I'd suddenly be like, oh yeah, it was that. 20 years of my life.
I never understand how a coil can mess with our minds. I get it with like a pill.
Because it's got hormone in it.
Yeah, that'll do it then.
The copper IUD does not.
Yes. I think I had that one.
But the Mirena has a little drip drop.
Talking about women being crazy. So the word hysteria is literally based around the crazy of a woman because of the womb within her.
Yeah, it's not very often is the word hysteria or hysterical used in association with a man.
No, because they've actually made it, I mean, it wouldn't be because it literally pertains to the womb. So it's like, it was made for us, that word, and it's never been used on anyone that isn't us. Because of those pesky wombs that make us so nuts. I couldn't fucking believe that when I found that out. And that's why I'm learning Latin.
Is it? Amoa massa mass. Amoa massa mat tomatis amant.
Boarding school. Let's have a final question. Can we have a final question, Floss? Are we there? I feel like we've banged on a lot. It's the final countdown.
Hi, Nikita and Lily. I'm Layla. I live in West London. I wanted to ask you what your most traumatic contraception stories are. I'm pretty sure you will both have one, at least one, if you've been on contraception. Mine are, I can't choose between really intensely crying, sobbing at someone's funeral. It was my ex-boyfriend's granddad's funeral, who I did not know and had not met. I really stole the show with my sobbing, which was quite embarrassing. And the second one is just getting the coil. That was just the most painful, horrendous thing I've ever experienced in my life. Obviously, Lily, you've had children, so it'd probably be worse. That was probably worse, but yeah. I love your show and can't wait to hear from you.
Thanks, Layla. Just quickly, I would say that I always got the pattern would be get pregnant, unfortunately get pregnant, like not want to be, have an abortion, and then while I was sedated in said abortion, they would give me a coil, and then I'd be like, Layla, and then I'd be like, I'm going to get the coil out, and then I'd get pregnant.
Why would you get it taken out?
That's exactly what I was trying to think. I was thinking, why did I ever get it taken out? I can't quite remember, but...
Drama queen.
Because I'm a drama queen. But I did do that a few times, and then so I've never really experienced having a coil put in, being awake, and I can't imagine. I've heard horror stories, Layla, so I hear you. Go on, what's your traumatic contraception story? You said you had one.
I had a traumatic I had a coil taken out because it came to the end of 7 years or 8 years or whatever it was, and then had another one put in. But I went to yo-yo on the same night after it happened.
Wait, we know this. This is when you were bleeding extra in the loose.
Yeah.
Lily, I've heard this terrible story before. And avid listeners will have heard it on our period episode. But if you could just summarise what happened.
It's just like I went to a nightclub and then it was like I hemorrhaged or something. It was insane, the amount of blood that was coming out of me. I had to take my friend Jade to the toilet and be like, babe, what is going on here? She was like, I think you need to go to hospital. It was so much blood. It was insane.
But you'd already had a coil and your body was all right with it. But then this one, it was just not.
I think it was just the moving things around situation. Because something had been pulled out and then something had been put in. Yeah. Last time I had a coil put in, I went to sleep and Donald Trump was president. The election hadn't been called. This was not this time round. This was the last time round. And I woke up and the first thing the surgeon said to me was, you'll be pleased to know Joe Biden's just been announced as the winner. It's like, wow, the world has changed. I can no longer get pregnant. And Joe Biden is the president of the United States.
So you woke up to the news that there was a new president and you had a new coil.
Correct. The new coil wasn't news. I did know that was going to happen. I'd be a bit pissed off if they'd been like, just thought I would put this in here. Don't want you procreating.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine.
We've heard your podcast and how much you hate your kids. So thought we'd
help you out. Is that okay? Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
That was a joke. I don't hate my kids. And to prove it, the podcast hadn't even started yet. Okay? So
there you go. So we're out of that mess. Oh my God, I actually feel exhausted from revealing so much about my personal life. I'm going to actually need a minute. This fucking podcast. I will never have a secret again. Oh, I hope we're helping people. The theme for next week's Listen Bitch is going to be a lot easier. What is it, Lil? You have to pick it. Not easier. That wasn't not easy.
That was not easy at all.
What's the theme for next week's Listen Bitch, Lily Allen? Holidays! Holidays!
holidays.
Actually, within that, it can be summer holidays and stuff like that. It doesn't have to mean leaving the country.
We're all going on a summer holiday.
Yes, we are. All together.
Hey, we're not talking about the holidays, like as in, days.
Thanksgiving.
For specific celebrations. We're talking about Falaraki, Ibiza, Malaga, Mykonos.
All the classics. But also, like, great summer holidays.
Butlins.
Spent in London. I had some brilliant summer holidays when I was in London.
No, Miquita, that doesn't help. That's not the same staying at home.
It is, because everyone is getting excited about their summer holidays. And not everyone can go away.
No, you've got to be going at least camping.
Okay, all of it.
On a barge trip, or we can talk about our barge trips.
No, we've done that.
We've done one. I had to go on several.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we'll do this all next week.
We will see you next week for Miss Me. What do we usually say at the end? I've completely forgotten. Oh, yeah, the number.
You can please call in with your questions or just funny stories about holidays on 08000 30 40 90. That's 08000 30 40 90.
Keep enjoying your summer, people. We're with you all the way this year.
Be safe out there.
Right. Yeah.
Anyone coming back from Glastonbury having had unprotected sex, get yourself to the doctor.